Happy Sunday, guys. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. This is Miss JD for another episode of our Daily Stock Market Insights Weekend Edition. And thanks to those people who have watched our video yesterday. If you have not watched that yet, I'll put a link down in the description box so you can also locate the video or the insights we had discussed for these stocks. Anyway, I have a few more requests from you guys from Blue Cortez, Tech Meg, Axella, Urid Naxella, FLIN PLC, Jethro, GT Cap, also Lilybeth. We had a quick conversation here. Thank you for recognizing the simplicity of our approach in technical analysis. And she was also asking me about the 5 resilient stocks to invest now while prices are low. Okay, so before we review the requested stocks and before I answer your question, Lilibeth, I'd like to invite everyone, if this is your first time to watch our video, I'm inviting you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always updated whenever I have new videos. And yeah, so let's first answer the question of Lilibeth. Okay, I really don't have a specific stock that I would like to recommend. However, the thought process I use, and it's very practical. It's a very practical approach to this. Although you have to also do your assignment, but just the basic thought process is I'd like to invest in stocks that are that will survive even if there's a pandemic or not, because we need them. They're basic necessities. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to first recognize number one would be Meralco. Why Meralco? Of course, we heavily rely on power for us to continue our day-to-day living, right? And how does the chart look like for Meralco at the moment? Meralco at the moment here is, yeah, we really dropped big time, and then slowly we're recovering from Meralco, as you can see. And when it dropped, and now starting to move higher, and then we're slowly stabilizing, and of course, it's starting to trigger the upper band. So what does that mean? Slowly, the buying sentiment is already in this stock. But overall, two things. One, of course, your capital gains, where you are able to enter at a much lower price. And if you want to stay there longer, there is a dividend that you can take advantage of. They give out regular dividends for this stock. Number two would be banks. Okay, and I don't have a specific bank that I'd like to recommend because most of them are really good. But for me, I personally have BDO. There's also BPI, MBT. Their charts are looking good. But the reason why BDO is because so far it's one of the leading banks. Actually, they're tied for me. They're tied with BDO and BPI. But look at the chart of BDO. Currently, it's doing sideways, and we're at the bottom, right? And with this, it's just like the sentiment of the market is really on a bearish side, but the operation of BDO, the consumers of BDO, none of them, I don't have the figures, but we're still using the banking system of BDO, be it online or now, especially now if they're starting to open up. So business is still ongoing for them, and we're looking good in terms of the chart because we're still at a very cheap level. Okay, so that's the second one, BDO, so banking system. Number three would be MWC. MWC because we need water. I can't think of any. Do we have another stock that represents the water system or water company? I don't think there is in the stock market, but we need water. Everyone consumes water. So this is one stock that is resilient and we need it. It's just that, of course, for the past how many um, months here, because of controversies that they are facing, uh, that's why it's dipping. But again, right now, if you are to plot it, the trajectory is starting to move higher and higher. So also this stock is giving out dividends. So that's one thing to also look into in the long term. So that's the third. Fourth would be, um, I would still say JFC. JFC still is very cheap at the moment, and even though their cash flow was impacted by all the acquisitions that they did in the past year, they acquired several companies, and this year all the restaurants are really badly hit with the pandemic. That's why it's dropping now. Slowly, if you can see, it's giving us that positive, slowly but surely, it's starting to recover, but really, really slow. As you can see here, we started to move a little higher, consolidate, and move a little higher and consolidate. So we're still, if you still want to get in, this is still an okay level. So with this one, there you have it. It gives out dividends. Uh, this is yearly. At least there's dividends, right? If you're looking into this for long-term investing, this is something to also consider. Capital gains and then dividends. So that's the fourth. What's the fifth? I don't really have a very specific stock, but there's still a lot, right? There are a lot of companies. So consumer products or consumer related companies like URC, they're also good. The fifth one, I'm still thinking. I'd say telecom company. So a telecom company, it's just that um, right now it's really interesting. There are a lot of competition in the area. There's PLDT, right? PLDT, Globe. Now there's Dito and Converge. So because I think after this pandemic, we are going to have a new set of normal, right? There will be a new normal. So it's just a matter of you choosing which telecom company you would like to partner with, because definitely this is something that we will need. The overall trend now is really going mobile. We will be able to do businesses online, and we need a good telecom company. So you have a choice whether you would like to go for Dito, would like to go for Now, PLDT. So I'd say if you want a growth stock, or a this one is a bit of a speculation, but at least there are concrete plans, right? Even though they're not operational yet, Dito is a very promising stock. It's a growth stock, considering that they will be launching their telecom business anytime soon, first quarter of 2021. If you are to look at Tel, however, is still on a decline, but as you can see, you will notice even the big players are also hustling up, right? They're doing double time efforts in developing infrastructure and innovation in their products so that they will be able to compete. So I think that's a good story for all the companies in the telecom industry, because they're improving their offerings because of the competition that they are about to face. So the big players are also on their toes. For now, I see Tel dropping, but in the event you'll be able to find a good entry with the discounted amount, or yeah, big discount that you are in right now. I think you can take advantage of that, because one, they already give out good returns for dividend. Number two, you're at a healthy level. I'm thinking Globe is also nice, but it's still at the expensive area. See that they're still in the 1,900. Tel over here has already dropped and probably reached. If we're not able to recover, it might do some, I don't know, up to 1,100. Just see first, because we're already in the oversold level. Just find your entry. But definitely for telecom, I'd say Tel and Dito are two of the stocks or two of the companies in the telecom industry that I'm looking into. But personally, I already have a position in Dito. I do not have a position in Tel because it's not wise for me to have two stocks in the same industry. I try my best to diversify my portfolio, putting in stocks for different industries. That way, if one is not looking good, there's another company that will probably balance out what is been suffering in the other industry. Something to that effect. Okay, so those are my pointers for the most resilient stocks. It's nothing really complicated, not a lot of math involved, but just looking at the perspective of a consumer, uh, how in demand the company or the product is to the overall community. So that's my thought process, and I hope I was able to give some practical insights on the most resilient stocks with healthy levels at the moment. Okay, so let me go ahead and talk about some of the requests that you have. So Tech, MEG, FLI, PLC, and GT Cap. So let's check out Tech. Tech is a provider of chips and some yeah, something to do with parts of the cell phones. So they're the providers. So I think that this is also another good company if you're into the tech company. So these providers that are related to the industry that's booming, then that's a good company to also look into, because our tech companies are really booming at the moment. So what is currently happening in tech is that there's a decline. It's a bearish sentiment, but overall we are already almost at the we did actually a double bottom right here, and we're starting to climb. We're starting to recover. It created that lower high or higher low when it dropped. See this? It recovered partially, and then when it dropped, it's slightly higher. So let us see if it will beat this resistance that we have at the MA20 level. In the meantime, I'd say if you still would like to get in, the level where we are at the moment is still okay. You are still at a healthy level. So maybe around 518, if the market gives you a chance right there, you can add some more volume, as I see this starting to climb up anytime soon. Next is MEG. MEG would be, okay, interesting. There is a resistance very near the area. So if that gets broken, then that will confirm the uptrend now. Overall, this is still doing sideways, and you have a doji right here. Even though we're slightly higher than the MA20, know that sometimes you can have an overshoot to the upside. So in case it pushes the price higher and you see a red candlestick forming right after, then treat that as a sign of weakness. Therefore, there is a possibility that it will first stabilize before it continues to move higher. Maybe around this level, because you had some consolidation here and here. So that's the support I am looking at. So from here to here, let us see. So if you want, so well, that's from the price, that's 1.46 down. So it's very near. Maybe you can just watch and see if it's going to revisit that, and that's a much safer level. Okay, overall MEG is just in sideways movement. but there's a big possibility that your risk to reward ratio is at a very enticing level. We're now at the well, we're at the 50 area, so that means momentum is starting to pick up in this stock. So try to don't rush, just enter near a support level. And I really feel that with the long VIX that this stock has a tendency to have, the chances of you hitting your price or bid price is really high. So that's for MEG. What about FLI? FLI still stabilizing, doing sideways, and there's also dividend. When is this? November. So still at a healthy level. I think any moment from now with the volume starting to show, look at that. There's an increase in volume, so maybe any moment from now also you are at the above 50. So this is a property or real estate industry, and let's see, it has also dropped significantly, and we're doing sideways. There's a volume. I think any moment from now this stock is going to do a breakout. So if you want to take advantage of that while people are still undecided, you can get in earlier than the rest and then wait for a little while. It could be weeks, it could be days, but definitely after a consolidation, normally you will have, especially from a constricted Bollinger Band and we're starting to trigger the upper band, normally just wait for its timing because right after that is a significant ride up there. See that same is true when your lower Bollinger Band is triggered, then next is a significant drop. Now it's starting to trigger the upper band, so I see it happening anytime soon. So it's still consolidating, but definitely if you're a position trader, you don't really mind staying in a stock for several weeks in exchange of that probability that it will climb up soon. Next is PLC. PLC also doing sideways, actually for several months now, but we are already at the 50s level, so the momentum is starting to show up there. So if you want, you can start accumulating. Same thought process. If you're a position trader, you can already start adding volume. Don't put everything right there, like 10% of your allocated amount. So let's say you are intending to put in 50,000. So maybe you can put in 15 first, and then if you see confirmation moving higher, then you can add some more. But definitely I see around the 0.31 level as our support area. GT cap. GT cap, so there was a recovery, but see that a doji very near a resistance normally indicates that you are going to have a shift in direction. So this used to be your resistance, and then there was a doji. So most likely it will go back to that. So you can do maybe a range trade for now for this stock. So from maybe if it stabilizes around 380, you enter right here, and then if you see some slight challenge or weakness at the resistance area, then you lock in profit or you exit. So this is your support, 380. Resistance, nearest resistance is 407. Now for long-term investors, they wouldn't really mind staying there for a while because overall the opportunity of it in terms of risk to reward, your risk is at a healthier level at this point. You're still at the bottom, and each time it does the how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. The bottom was hit multiple times here, and then your RSI is starting to climb up. So just check this out, 380. There's a big chance that it'll be hit. Okay, there you have it. those are your requests. Feel free to drop a comment, guys. I can record several videos. I always read your comments, and so that I don't create too long videos, and you will be able to hear your requests early in the video. And thank you for those comments. I really appreciate your feedback, and just share some ideas on what other content that I can create for you. In the meantime, thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like as well if you like the content. Bye bye for now.